Hi, this is Razor Wire, and today we're going to try Pick-A-Pile, and this is for the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine. It doesn't matter which you are. Pile number 1, we have the rose agate. Pile number 2, we have purple agate. And pile number 3, we have blue agate. So just take a moment to figure out which pile you would like. I can tell you which cards we have while you're thinking. We are going to be using the Mystical Shaman Oracle, the Millennium Thoth Tarot, the Good Tarot, and Paulinus Tarot. So those are the tarot cards we're using today. All right, so we're going to start with the rose agate at 105. Let's see what we have. And we're starting out with the Ace of Earth. And the Ace of Earth is all about foundations, abundance, security, planning for the future, new opportunities, utilizing your resources in productive ways. And then we've got 2 of Earth, and this is all about balance, learning how to balance between work and play, aligning your energies, masculine and feminine, learning how to make sure that you're taking time for yourself and your priorities. In some cards, I think the 2 of Pentacles is a warning against spending too much time keeping up with the Joneses. If you're too concerned about what other people think, and you're putting all of these kind of unnecessary burdens on yourself, and you're starting to lose track of what's actually important to you. So I think it's a reminder to focus on what is important to you, to focus on your roots, to focus on the things that make you happy, that fulfill you and sustain you. And then we've got the 5 of Swords here, which is a card, of conflicts, of the ego, and misdirected efforts, and it can be a card about disappointments. Things are not working out quite like you planned. And I think this can go along with the 2 of Pentacles here. When you're trying to please other people, when your goal is to get a certain reaction out of other people, and you're not doing things from the right place, it can backfire. Basically, it can backfire on you. It can lead to disappointment. When you're not being true to yourself, you kind of live in this panicked energy, this fear of being caught, of people seeing who you really are and not liking it. Next we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is, an idealist, an optimist, someone who sees the good in others, someone who is open-minded and curious. This could be about, a message, potentially messages concerning love coming through. This could be saying that someone sees you, someone gets you, perhaps your divine counterparts. So despite, any game playing you might be doing in your everyday life, those personas you might be wearing in your everyday life, in order to be liked, your person gets you. They see through all of that to who you are inside. And then we've got the 8 of Swords, and that's that trapped energy. And right now this can talk about the obstacles happening in the world that are making us feel trapped, making it feel like we can't move forward on our journey. Maybe you're not able to meet up with your twin in the 3D. Maybe your twin lives in another country, so it seems even more impossible than it did before because of the added restrictions and the distance. And this is about the worry and the concern about that. It can also be that concern about being found out if maybe you've been kind of putting on an act in front of other people. And then we've got the Empress, which is, about fertility and security, and she's sort of like the peacekeeper, while the Emperor is, the strong authority figure, that deals with, conflict, and he's very ambitious. She's keeping the peace. She's a strong female figure. She's, in her power. She's the support system. And this represents the divine feminine in particular in these readings. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about planning. This is about reevaluating your priorities, which we talked about in the Two of Pentacles. This person is reevaluating their priorities. This is, you're looking kind of at the crops, and you're thinking, is it now is a good time to harvest, or should I let it develop and grow a little bit more? And since you have the Foundations card, it's a sign that you need to kind of let things develop a little bit more, that you need to strengthen that friendship more, that you need to spend a little bit more time healing, so that when you harvest, the fruit will be ready. Next we have the Lightning card, and the Lightning card, is about, inspiration. It's, about moments of, epiphany and clarity. It's it's almost violent. It's a almost violent reaction. It shows how quickly things can change in our lives, and how a belief, just changing a single belief that isn't working for you, can change your entire life like that. A lot of times when we think about breaking a habit, we think, oh, it takes like 20 days, or more to break this habit, and it takes all of this careful planning and stuff like that. But there are times in our lives when we can change in an instant, just by changing our beliefs and our perspective. Once that kind of clicks in, and sometimes you can feel it. Like if you think, I'm going to quit smoking, for example, you probably tried many times and it didn't work out for you very well. You struggled the whole time, but then one day you just kind of have this epiphany, and you just know that this time is different. And it is, and it just goes so easily, on that attempt, because you've changed the beliefs, the faulty beliefs that were holding you back. So as long as you are true to yourself, and your ideals, then you will be fine. Those moments of clarity will come. And next we have the purple agate, and that is at 8:31. And we have the Six of Earth, and this is about sharing. It's about the give and take in relationships. Sometimes it can suggest that there is an imbalance in a relationship. The one person is giving more than the other. And sometimes that's a temporary situation. You can be in a relationship and one person is going through a difficult time or an illness, and you're, being called to step up. And it's only temporary. It's not a permanent situation. But other times it can be a permanent situation. But this card is about generosity. This is about someone who's willing to go the distance for another person, whatever that means. Yeah. It's about equal investment, because the twin flame journey is about unconditional love. But once you are in union, it's going to be equal. You are going to be equally invested. It's going to be an equal give and take. Any imbalances that you might be struggling with in separation, once you're in union, it will be much, much more balanced. Then we have the Messenger of Earth, and this is, about grit and determination. It's about somebody who puts in the effort day after day after day. This is about eventual positive outcomes. This is somebody, about steady progress. This is about not rushing anything, but taking your time to plan and develop everything. It's about security. It's about something that's going to last. And then we've got the 8 of water. And the 8 of water is about, in this card, it's about moving away from the superficial, moving away from that mentality of instant gratification. You can see that the man has turned his back on this treasure chest, and he's looking to the distance. He's looking to the ship in the distance. And so this is you moving away from those toxic situations, those karmic relationships. This is you, moving away from that need to have everything right now and looking towards, your spiritual path, looking towards your future and what you want to create and manifest with your twin, and to the higher calling, to the higher purpose. So you're recognizing that this is not just, a love story, but it's so much more than that. It's about raising the vibration of the planet. So you have a much deeper purpose, and you're starting to recognize that. And you have the Knight of Pentacles again. So this is really significant. This shows that both of you, because here you have a female knight, and here you have a male knight. So the divine feminine and the divine masculine are both equally dedicated. So it is balanced. So you guys are both dedicated to the journey. You're both putting in the work. If you needed any confirmation that it's mutual, that you're both, working hard, here it is. And at this moment, you guys might not be focused so much on union, on coming together in a romantic way. You might be more interested in the spiritual aspects, or building something that's going to last. You have, you're patient with it. You're patient with each other. You're patient with yourselves. And then we've got the Emperor, and this is, this is the masculine in his power. This is about security and strength, and about wisdom. He's got the censer here that the popes carry, that has the incense inside of it. So he has a sense of a higher calling. You can tell, and he's also kind of looking up, and off to the side. So he has this sense of a higher purpose. He sees that, there is a deeper meaning in life. He's focused on the good of everyone, the way that a good ruler would be, how a good ruler is kind of focused on the good of the people. They're not just focused on the acquisition of their own desires, but they're focused on the good of the people. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles, which we had in the other pile, actually. And again, this is about, balance, about, compromise. It's about, taking time to evaluate what's really important to you in your life. In this card, it kind of looks like a jester, on horseback performing for an audience. So this is sort of letting go of this need to please other people, letting go of, putting on a performance for others, and just, being true to yourself. Focusing your attention on the things that are really important to you, the things that you want to build and create. And then we've got the Moon, which is about illusion. It's about intuition, daydreams. You've got this river running through the Moon card, which signifies kind of separation. And separation, that's part of the illusion. It's an illusion that you can please everyone. It's an illusion that there's going to be a day when you get all of your work done. When your inbox is empty, that's an illusion. Perfection is an illusion. We are exactly how we are meant to be. We are already enough. We're already good enough. We already have enough. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles here. And the Four of Pentacles, you know, is that possessive energy. It's about wanting to have things in a certain way. It's the attachment to having things in that way. You know, it's the fear of losing what you already have, which makes it sometimes difficult to move forward because you're holding on. You're holding on to the past. So that could be what is slowing you down a little bit, because you might still be holding on a little bit to the past. You might be a little afraid of the unknown, of the spiritual aspect of the journey, which can seem so big and grand when you think about it. It can seem overwhelming at times. You might be holding on to what used to be with your twin. You might be trying to hold on to your sanity. You might be a naturally very practical, grounded person, and this journey has really thrown you for a loop and kind of thrown your life out of balance, and you're trying to kind of hold on to whatever is left of your sanity and your reason, and you're, you know, caught up a little bit in ego here with the moon, you know, trying to work things out. Next we have the Council, and the Council is saying that your guides are all around you, that this journey is protected, you know, that heaven recognizes the connection that you have. So this is confirmation that you are on a twin flame journey if you needed that. This card is saying that you don't, that now it's the time to act. Now it's the time to move forward in the journey, to trust in yourself. You've seen the signs, you've been given the signs. You know, now it's time to let go of that security, that attachment of constantly having those signs present, and to just trust and to go with it and to do what it is that you're being called to do. So if right now you're not seeing a lot of signs and you're starting to question things and starting to wonder, is this all in my head? This is a sign that no, it's not in your head. This is, you know, this connection is recognized. Your guides are still there supporting you, but they feel like you are now strong enough to move forward, you know, on your own. All right. Next we have the blue agate at 1734. And we are starting off with the King of Earth. And the King of Earth has to do with security and stability. You or your counterpart might be, you know, concerned about finances at the moment, that you might be sort of trying to build something that will last in your own life. You know, a solid job, you know, to working on your savings and so forth. But this card is also about philanthropy. So this person isn't, you know, stingy with their wealth. They like to share their wealth with those they love. They're very loyal. They're hardworking. They are grounded, but they're also sensual, because, you know, the Pentacles has to do with sensuality as well. So it's not all work. There's some play. And then we've got the Chariot, which is for forward movement. This is overcoming obstacles. You know, this is about balancing the different elements. So you have the black and white horse, you know, you have masculine and feminine, you have light and dark, yin and yang. So this is about harnessing those different, you know, aspects of your personality and your, you know, your different energies, and harnessing them in order to move forward. This is about, you know, trusting in the journey and not fighting it, not trying to control everything, but like giving the roles to heaven, giving the reins to heaven, so that you can progress forward, you know, faster. And then we've got the Two of Cups here, which is all about union. So you might be hearing from your twins soon. They're moving towards you. You are moving towards union. You know, this also speaks of the telepathic communication. So you might be having telepathic communication with your twin. You might, you know, be dreaming with them and planning with them in the 5D, or maybe even you're making plans with them for your future in the 5D, or you might soon have a conversation about, what it is that you want in the future together. It's about partnerships. You could be working on something together. And this is the next one is the Four of Wands, which is about foundations, which is about building something, celebration and stability and marriage. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and so this again is about the legacy, the spiritual mission, abundance. This is about prosperity and tradition. This is about your hard work having paid off. This could indicate that an inheritance or some sort is coming to you soon. It's going to remove any financial concerns you have, or a job, a stable job is coming to you in the future that will bring you a sense of peace. And then you've got the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, as you can see, he's got pure white wings. He's riding a white horse. So you can see that he is pure, that his intentions are pure. He's got this, cup of union that he's offering. So someone may be coming forward to you to express their love and their commitment, and they're coming, with an offering. They have something substantial to offer. They might be offering marriage. They might, be offering a partnership, but they are coming forward. This person tends to be romantic and a bit idealistic. You got the peacock here, so they're kind of ready to show off to you, show you what they're made of, show you what they have to offer. And then again, we've got the Four of Wands, so this is significant. Again, this is about community and coming together and building a strong foundation and working together and marriage and commitments. And then we've got the Serpent, and that's all about the Kundalini rising and shedding your skin, so that you can welcome in that the vulnerability, releasing those toxic habits that you might be holding on to, so that you can welcome in that new those new opportunities. And it can feel, when you first shed your skin, when you first let down your guard, when you let go, when you express your emotions, you can feel very vulnerable. It can feel very strange. It can feel very scary. But this, all of these strong pentacle cards and the Four of Wands coming through and all of this, it's saying that you are safe to express yourself now, that it is safe. It is safe to come forward. So that has been a Twin Flame Pick-A-Pile, and I hope you enjoyed. If you were drawn to more than one pile, that's perfectly fine. Take whatever resonates with you. And thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.